Chapter 1. The Red Frontier begins in early 2025. Beneath a sheet of blinding Florida sun, President Donald J. Trump stood at a brushed steel podium, flanked by two towering American flags and a banner that read, Project Erebus. The Red Frontier begins. Behind him, the starship loomed, chrome-plated, thunder-bound, its hull polished like a mirror to the future. Reporters clustered at the base of the Cape Canaveral launch pad, sweating into their suits, glancing skyward as if history might arrive early. Trump gripped the podium and leaned forward. We're not sending people to visit. We're sending them to stay. He paused for applause, letting the words settle, refracted through thousands of screens and instant headlines. This is the American future in space, and the future of mankind. The speech was instantly global, broadcast live across every inhabited continent, stitched into social feeds, duplicated by AI anchors in Seoul, Johannesburg, Dubai. Commentators reached for comparisons: Kennedy's moonshot, Roosevelt's fireside talks, Bezos's first orbital flex, but none quite landed. This wasn't about going to space. This was about leaving. Project Erebus, behind the podium, beside the flags and the billion-dollar press kits, stood the real engine of the moment, a private-public web of capital, talent, and ambition, unlike anything attempted in modern history. SpaceX would provide launch vehicles, autonomous cargo drop systems, and orbital fuel depots. NASA contributed astronaut protocols, AI oversight frameworks, and the illusion of oversight. Blue Origin was awarded in-orbit fuel stabilization contracts and long-range communication relays. Lockheed Martin and Northrop Grumman built the life support scaffolds. Boston Dynamics supplied next-gen cargo rovers and exosuit labor frames. Starlink, now fully embedded in the orbital stack, would provide latency-minimized Earth-Mars messaging and encrypted intra-colony mesh. Even the United Nations Office for Outer Space Affairs was offered a ceremonial seat, purely symbolic. Their seal appeared in the launch materials, somewhere near the bottom, printed just small enough to forget. The budget? A hybrid of rebranded military R&D, recycled venture capital, and climate research funds quietly redirected after the last wave of Arctic protests. The mission? Not a base, not a research outpost. A colony. Why now? 4 unspoken forces had collided to make the impossible suddenly feel inevitable. Technological readiness. By 2024, orbital refueling worked. Starship launches had become routine. Earth-Mars fuel routing was not just theoretical, it was happening. Geopolitical pressure. China's Mars base project had faltered, but the ambition still burned in its Politburo. America's move to Mars wasn't scientific. It was strategic optics, cultural collapse fatigue. After 15 years of pandemics, proxy wars, food shocks, and media breakdown, Mars offered something Earth could no longer promise. A beginning. The rise of AI infrastructure. With LLMs and modular robotics now operating seamlessly in high-delay environments, a Mars colony didn't need constant commands from Earth. It could self-build. As Elon Musk tweeted weeks earlier, the same way Starlink seeded the sky, we'll seed the stars. The Starlink model. Unlike Apollo, Erebus wouldn't be one grand leap. It would be a rhythmic invasion. The plan leaked almost immediately. Arc 1. Proof of concept colonization with 30 high-profile, high-resilience individuals. Arc 2 to 3. Expansion and support crews, arriving within 90 days. Arc 4 to 13. A wave of launches accelerating from monthly to bi-weekly. Over 500 settlers projected by year 2. Each starship was semi-autonomous, designed to land, deploy its payload, and return, refueled by onboard methane synthesis from Martian regolith and ice, all unmanned. Earth would send the future to Mars. Mars would return nothing. Not yet. The politics of permanence. Behind closed Pentagon doors, Erebus raised questions that laws had never considered. Could Martian citizens be drafted? Could they be taxed, tried, extradited? Who held jurisdiction over the dust? The Department of Commerce assigned a shadow subcommittee to draft legal frameworks for interplanetary sovereignty. Most were speculative, some were leaked, none were enforceable. The UN formed a Martian Autonomy Working Group with no budget and no teeth. 6 months after the launch announcement, SpaceX filed a trademark application. Martian Authority. It wasn't a joke. The atmosphere on Earth media across the spectrum aligned. CNN called it a unifying human epoch. Fox called it American Destiny Off-World. Netflix optioned a docuseries before the ship even launched. TikTok influencers auditioned for PR missions using the hashtag Red Frontier Challenge. Joe Rogan interviewed backup crew members on his podcast. You guys realize you're becoming a new species, right? His co-host called them space monks with utility belts. Even before Arc 1's engines ignited, Earth had already mythologized Mars. The colony hadn't even been built, and already it had become a story. End Chapter 1.